Have you ever wondered how the whole promise of Web3 actually gets sold to people? Well, today, we're going to go behind the scenes and deconstruct the actual marketing script for a platform called NFT Legend. Let's tear it apart and see what makes a Web3 pitch really tick.
Right out of the gate, the script hits you with this line. It's big, it's bold, and it's not a suggestion, it's a full-on declaration. This is the very first thing they want you to hear, and it immediately sets this grand, futuristic tone. It's promising you're about to step into a whole new world. So what exactly is this world? Well, it all hinges on this one key idea.
So what even is digital ownership? You know, in the simplest terms, it's like having a digital certificate of authenticity for something that only exists online. Think of the blockchain as this giant public receipt book that proves you and only you own that specific digital thing. This whole concept is the absolute bedrock of the Web3 promise, so they have to get you on board with it right from the start.
Okay, so let's start peeling back the layers. The first part of any really persuasive pitch is what we call the hook. Before they tell you what their product does, they have to sell you on a vision of what it all means.
And this is a classic marketing move. Sell the promise, not the product itself. Notice how they're not starting with features or subscription fees or anything like that. Nope, they're starting with the future and ownership. They're selling you an idea, an aspiration. The goal is to grab your imagination and make you feel like you're part of some huge shift before they ever ask you to click a single button.
All right, so you're hooked on the big dream. The next logical question anyone would ask is, okay, but how? And this is where the pitch has to shift gears, moving from that abstract vision to the nuts and bolts technology that supposedly makes it all happen.
And there it is, our first major buzzword, AI. Of course it is, artificial intelligence. The script immediately lets you know this isn't just some boring gallery of pictures. Oh no, this is an intelligence system, one that's designed to help you navigate the massive and, let's be honest, kind of chaotic world of NFTs.
And this is the key question you should always ask yourself. The problem they're tackling here is actually pretty simple. There are millions and millions of NFTs out there. How could anyone possibly find the stuff they'd actually like? It's completely overwhelming. So this AI-powered discovery is positioned as the perfect, elegant solution to that very real headache.
And this is where they're really clever, because they make a super complex technology feel incredibly simple and personal. It's not about algorithms or datasets anymore. It's just a simple three-step service. You tell it what you like, it does all the heavy lifting, and poof, you get the perfect result. They've basically turned a tech feature into your own personal concierge.
The second big tech promise is a multi-chain marketplace. Now, in plain English, the crypto world is kind of all over the place, split across different networks or blockchains. This feature is pitched as the thing that's going to bring them all together under one roof.
And you'll notice the script makes sure to list some of the biggest names in the game: Ethereum, Polygon, Solana, BSC. For anyone who knows a little bit about crypto, dropping these names adds instant credibility. It's their way of saying, hey, we're not some small-time operation. We're a central hub that connects all these major players.
And this little table really sums up the whole value proposition. The old way means you're juggling a bunch of different wallets and marketplaces. It's a mess. It's complicated. The NFT Legend solution they're pitching is this one, unified dashboard that makes it all simple. It's a classic problem solution setup, and it's designed to make their value seem totally undeniable.
So they've sold the vision, they've explained the tech, but now we get to the part that, let's be real, gets a lot of people in the door, the money. How can you actually benefit financially from getting involved with this platform?
The script lays out two really clear paths to earning. First, you can stake NFTs for passive income, which basically means earning from the stuff you already hold. Second, there are transparent three-level referral rewards, a system where you earn by helping the platform grow. And notice the words they use here, passive and transparent. Those aren't accidents. They're meant to build trust and make you feel safe.
So let's just quickly break that down. Staking, that's for the investor type. You put your digital assets to work to hopefully generate more value. Referrals, on the other hand, that's for the networker. You get rewarded for bringing new people into the ecosystem. By offering both, they're trying to appeal to two very different kinds of users.
Okay, so after they've appealed to your wallet, the script does something really smart. It pivots. It moves from talking about individual gain to talking about a collective purpose. Suddenly, it's no longer just about what you can get, it's about what we can all build together.
Oh, and you gotta love this phrase from the script. It's so well put together. And the order is totally intentional. It starts with learn, which positions the platform as a place to get educated. Then comes earn, acknowledging that financial motivation we just talked about. And finally grow, which suggests both personal and community development. It reframes the whole thing as a complete ecosystem for a new generation. And yeah, their ambition is anything but small. 10 million. The script flashes this number on screen to communicate just massive scale. The message is, this isn't some niche little club, this is a global movement. And showing a huge target number like that is a really powerful form of social proof. And here it is, their stated mission. They're not just building another marketplace, they are empowering the next 10 million users. This kind of language elevates the brand from just a business to an engine of progress. It makes both the company and its users feel like they're pioneers.
So we've seen the vision, the tech, the money, and the community mission. Now every great pitch needs a powerful close to really seal the deal and get people to act. Let's see how this script tries to stick the landing.
And there it is, the final tagline. It's short, it's punchy, and it is just loaded with these powerful aspirational words. Own, legend, live, legacy. It's no longer about owning a digital file. It's about claiming your piece of history, about building a lasting identity. It's pure and very effective branding. And after all that high-level emotional storytelling, it all boils down to one simple, clear, direct instruction. Join NFT Legend today with their website right there on the screen. The entire journey from the abstract concept of the future leads you to this one single concrete action. So, after breaking this whole script down, what's the big takeaway? We've basically seen the blueprint for a modern Web3 pitch. You start with a grand vision, you back it up with some cool-sounding tech, you fuel it with financial incentives, and you wrap it all up in a mission to build a community. The real challenge for you or anyone watching a pitch like this is figuring out how to separate that powerful, exciting promise from the actual product being sold.